UI, UX expert, make it look beautiful. So now you see what this is doing is going and building this as we're speaking, building me an entire app. And it's doing it all in real time. And you'll see just as I'm speaking here, it's almost ready. And here is just a sample of what a flashcard might look like. So you've got this there that says ถูกแผงเลย and then bang. It's even animated. สวัสดีครับ How to learn Thai in 2025 ทำยังไงให้เรียนภาษาไทยให้ได้ภายในปี 2568 So the other day I was going through my planning for what I'm going to be doing as YouTube clips, and YouTube is suggesting to me this topic, how to learn Thai in 2025. And so I sat there, as I usually do with many of my clips, and I started planning. I opened a Google Sheet and I started just listing off the top of my head, okay, what would I do in 2025 if I wanted to learn Thai from scratch? And I'm sitting there typing, and as I'm typing, I got through about 20 different points, and I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, this looks eerily familiar. I actually wrote a book on that. And as I went through them, it was actually the contents of Cracking Thai Fundamentals, which is the program I've been running since around the year 2000. But basically, this book, Cracking Thai Fundamentals, is still the blueprint of how I would learn not just Thai, but any language, and especially a tonal language or a language that's based on an Indic-based script. So Cracking Thai Fundamentals isn't one of those books that's going to say lesson 1, John and Mary at the train station or at the restaurant and take you through like that. Cracking Thai Fundamentals is a baseline of where you should be at. It shows you preparation of your environment, of your mind, of your mouth and your muscles. There's a reason why I have the subtitle, A Thai Operating System for Your Mind. It shows you how to start to think outside of English and Western languages and more like a Thai would think about the Thai language. Shows you how the sound system fits into the writing system. It shows how to get the writing system into your muscles. So number one, how would you learn Thai in 2025? Well, just get a copy of Cracking Thai Fundamentals, come online and access those resources, and that's probably a baseline. But what I'm going to be talking about today is anything above and beyond Cracking Thai Fundamentals, what I would do in 2025. And that's the key, in 2025, because there's some stuff that you can actually do now that wasn't possible when I first wrote Cracking Thai Fundamentals. So the next thing I'd say is you need to make a decision. Why is it that you're learning Thai? And are you really committed to learning? Are you just learning it to be able to order some food in a restaurant, speak to a taxi driver, get surprised reactions while you're making a YouTube clip out on the streets there in Bangkok? Or do you really need to learn the language to communicate and be part of Thai society, whether in Thailand or you're part of a Thai family outside of Thailand? So if you fall into that second category where you really do need to learn the language, then as part of being committed to learning the language, I would say you need to be committed to learning to read and write Thai. You need to learn the script. If you choose to learn Thai without reading the script, you're setting yourself up to hit a wall, and that wall is hard, and you're going to make things difficult for yourself. I've said it in so many clips. The Thai script has the tone system, the phonology of Thai. Everything about the Thai language is baked into the script. And all the resources, not only learning materials, but everything that Thais talk about and write and say online will be in the Thai script. If you want to be messaging people online, which is how most Thais communicate, it's all in the Thai script. If you write in some crazy phonetic script in Romanized characters on messaging, Thais aren't going to know what you're saying. So just to have a basic life in Thailand with Thais using the Thai language, you need the Thai script. So what's different in 2025 is, well, you can see this behind me here, but I have actually built all these tools for you totally free so you can do it. So if you come in here, well, when you come in here to crackinglanguage.com, watch this first because I do an overview of some of the tools. But basically you click on consonant compass and you have the script. So you can see the entire Thai consonant series there, and it shows you how they are. You can click on them and hear them. And you can even see how it is pronounced in the mouth, whether the throat stops, where the air flows, whether your voice is activated. So here you see the voice is activated here. I've done everything here to try and enable you to internalize the script. And don't just learn it letter for letter in a series, learn it as this pattern, because this pattern is key to everything. You can see here, these are the traditionally stopped, so your throat is closed. These are the traditionally aspirated, so the air is puffing through there. These are the traditionally voiced, but now not voiced, so these two here. And these are the ones that go out through your nose. So you see I've tracked these arrows to go out the nose. And so this 5 by 5 column is your baseline. And so this column are your semivowels.
ยอยักษ์
So you have your yak. So these are not quite a consonant, not quite a vowel.
รอเรือ
รอเรือ
ลอลิง
ลอลิง
วอแหวน
Wawan. Okay, and so they all come up here. And these have special roles within Thai, and these are what we call sibilants. These are the SE sounds. They all sound the same in Thai. Originally in Sanskrit, they didn't. But again, these are all part of the high class because, say I click on this,
สอ
you
ส
can
ลา
see the throat is open, the air's puffing, just as it is with an H.
หอหีบ
Okay, so anything that originally had the throat open, you can see them highlighted here, are the high class. And so as you're learning the Thai script, you're learning the consonant classes. And as you're learning the consonant classes of high, mid, low, which I have all nicely shining up here to be able to get into your subconscious, you're learning the tone system. And not only that, supposing I've got this ho heep here, I've put it here so you can click on this button and actually practice writing the letters as well. So ho heep. Not only that, and this is a point that many learners have said that they wish they had from the start and they made this mistake. They didn't learn alternate fonts. And so I've put the alternate fonts here, the key one. So this is like a handwriting style. And so you can actually learn this at the exact same time that you're starting to learn the other forms of the letters, and also a marketing font. So have a look at that versus that. Looks very different, right? Ha heep. Okay. And this is the handwriting style. So these three look very different, but to a Thai mind, these are actually the same. They're interchangeable. And so this is what I mean about setting a Thai operating system for your mind. You're not going to be looking at these through an English speaking lens or a Falang lens or a foreign lens. You're going to start to see these through a Thai lens. And I even have the Com script, which is like the modern Khmer script that you can see, so you can practice that and go and read things in the temples, and the Lana script. So if you go to temples or to anywhere in Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, up north, you'll see this script all over the place. So I've thrown that in as well, so you can even have fun as you're learning the script. And the reason why I say learn the script, it comes to the next point, is learn the sound system. Now we've just looked at the sound system here for the consonants. But also, what's probably more important, you have vowels and tones. Now again, in cracking Thai fundamentals, I go through cracking the vowels, cracking the consonants, cracking Indic-based scripts, and cracking the tones. And they're probably the 4 key areas of pronunciation that you're going to want to look at. What's different in 2025 is, again, I have this tool here for you, absolutely free, that you can do it. So I have my vowel compass. You can have a look here, and you can choose what languages you want. So I actually have Sanskrit, Hangul, Korean, and Thai here. And I would say start maybe on the Brahmic. When you turn it on, you'll have the phonetic on here, so you can actually see the phonetic characters. So you have the phonetic ones here. You have a, I, e, I. Now, these 4 characters here are from Sanskrit, but they're not actually in Thai. So once you learn these short, long basics, I would highly recommend you switch to the Thai system, and it's this system that is going to serve you well throughout your Thai speaking life. So you have short, long, expanding, contracting vowels, and this is a pattern, and then you have high tongue, low tongue. Once you learn this is the vowel compass, you're going to be able to clip them onto the consonants that you've learned, and you basically have the entire sound system of Thai. And I've put the sounds in here with this tool on Thai so you can actually hear them. So that's versus I,
E,
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 ear,
ear,
I,
So get the delineation between different sounds, especially sounds like this. Versus low tongue. So this is more like a schwa kind of sound, whereas this has your tongue really high and you're smiling. Listen again. Open mouth. So these are issues that I see a lot of learners having when they're coming in and learning Thai. Now you have this free tool that you can actually learn, hear the sounds and practice getting your mouth in the right place. Another one that I actually hear learners have issues with are these two here. Have a listen. Listen again. You can see I've used IPA here because I don't like the U with a line in it. That was originally Haas's idea. And even Haas said that it's not the correct IPA symbol, but it looks nicer than this character here, which is kind of like a really weird upside down M or a W. But in using this, you remember that this sound is not a U. And so if you find yourself pronouncing any of these as a U sound, you're doing it wrong. As opposed to this. Ow. So you're coming in, you're learning Thai, you've decided, yep, I'm going to learn how to write. So once you've done that, now you're coming in and learning the sound system via the Thai letters. And so you're learning the Thai letters. If you want to train yourself on recognition, you can turn the phonetic guides off. You see they all disappeared there. And then finally, by the way, I have the full Thai here where you can add them in and you get these couple of extra vowels here, which actually aren't found in Thai language, but you'll find them in loanwords from Chinese. And next, of course, are the tones. And so again, I built this free tool to help you and you'll find that it fits in with the book. And even if you weren't using Cracking Thai Fundamentals, this is how I would say learn the language. That's why I built the tools. I've got these words, gap, cow. But this tool, I designed it to actually train your throat into tone pitch contours and throat actions within tones. Tones are not just pitch contours, they're not just high and low sounds, but they're actually different actions with your muscles as well. And so I've made these tools so you're able to practice all of those. You can see here, voice type normal, stiff voice, creaky voice, and you can even change colors of your tones. I want to make that red or whatever color you want to do. You can do this, but you can start to embed different tones and start getting your voice to track these pitch contours and throat actions. So this would be cow. If I wanted to say cow, I could do, say, maybe a 2-4 tone. Cow, cow. If I wanted to start lower, maybe a 1-1-5. Cow, cow. But you would use this from the very beginning. It doesn't have to even be real words in Thai. You can do any kind of tone contours. I might do something crazy like 2-1-5-3. Look at that. Cow. Okay, practice controlling your voice. Practice taking control of this voice and doing different actions, doing different pitch contours. If you put an apostrophe in here, you get a glottal stop. So watch this. Ka, glottal stop. And then let's do a 4-5. That would be ka, 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 which is actually a tone in Vietnamese, the nga tone. It's a broken tone. You can do all of that with this tool. So you've got your consonants, you've got your vowels, you've got your tones. And so then finally you learn how it all works together. And so I've made this tone assist tool so you can actually start to come in and type it. Actually, that's another skill, learning to type. And so if I type in here, cow, and so as I type it, you can actually see the tone contour and you can see the type of letter. We talked about these high, middle, and low class, and you can see how it's mapped here. It's got this tone marker. If I swap the tone marker out, so that's no tone marker. Oh, look, it's cow. If I put the Mai Ek tone marker, it's cow. If I put the Mai Tor tone marker, cow. And so you can cycle through these and start to learn the different rules on how no tone marker or tone marker govern the spelling of different syllables depending on what consonants you're using. This is laying the operating system of Thai within you. And before 2025, this was not really possible. It was a few months ago because I've just built all of these tools and now they're totally free, available for you to use. And so the next point, breaking away from my tools, I would say that in 2025, you need to learn how to use AI. There are a ton of reasons why AI can help you in language learning. I'll give you a few. David Martin, in one of these Thai language learning groups on Facebook, has spent years putting these amazing words. It's called extremely useful expressions in Thai. And he started off with a few hundred, it went to thousands, it went to 4,000. And now I think he's up to around 10,000 useful expressions in Thai. And he's sourced these from all over the place and put these real life specimens of Thai language together, because before it was so hard to get this. And so I can show you these sentences. They're actually pretty good. So these are fantastic. For example, if I want what, and you can see all of these sentences with what is your name? And I've actually made something here where you can take these and turn them into spaced repetition. If you want to learn how to do that, well then come to Minecraft, but I'll talk about that in a sec. Maybe I'll show you them formatted in a different way. So I'm using VisiData to go through here, and you can actually see all of these sentences. They're really, really fantastic. But what I can do is take this TSV file and I'm going to drag it into ChatGPT. So have a look at this. So I'm dragging it in there and I'm going to say, this is a collection of Thai sentences. Please examine them and I will ask some questions against them. And so I'm uploading that now, and this is beginning to getting into RAG applications. So what RAG means, R-A-G, is retrieval augmented generation. So what it means is you're not just using ChatGPT's data, you're using your own data. And so have a look at this. It's analyzed this data now. And so I can say, I am an adult male Thai speaker using these sentences as a base. I am speaking to my employees who are younger than me in general. So I'll use the pronoun P for most people. Give me a collection of the most useful 50 sentences from here that I can use with my employees, and change the language to suit my pronoun usage in Thai with them. Okay, so what this is going to do is going to take all of those 4,000 sentences that I uploaded there. It's analyzed them. It is an expert in the Thai language. It's going to understand that I'm older, so that power division there. It's going to then shift those sentences into the language of a male who's probably in a senior position, but also calls himself P, which is a very normal thing in a Thai office. And so when I do this, have a look what happens. I have all of these sentences, and so it's got the Thai, it's got the updated Thai for me to show how they've actually changed it around. And so in 2025, this is something I could do that I couldn't do a few years ago when David started this, is that you can actually use your own data, shift it, morph it, and do things with it to make it way, way, way more valuable. Now, if you want to learn how to do all of this stuff, come and join Minecraft. That's what Minecraft is all about. It's learning the tech skills, the language skills, and building an environment of people around you too to help support you do this throughout the year. So let me just expand this here. You can start to see them all. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take this file. Actually, you know what? I'm going to do one thing first. I'll say, can you give this to me as TSV in a code window that I can cut and paste? Okay, it says if you need the full 50 sentences, it can do it. But I'm just going to use this for the moment. So I just copy this now. This is going to blow your mind. Now, this is what I said. Learn AI, not just putting normal prompts together, but real AI. Start learning about RAG applications, start learning about agents, become an expert in AI because it's going to help your language learning. So this is something else that we did in Minecraft the other day. Watch this. Here is a list of Thai words I want to learn. Build me a beautiful spaced repetition flashcard app in React that uses these words as a base initially, but will allow me to upload my own sets or other Anki decks. You are a UI UX expert. Make it look beautiful. So now you see what this is doing is going and building this. And so as it's doing that, I'll just say that learning a little bit of tech is now going to be super valuable. I ran a tech company and I can tell you, and I'm still in tech, and I can tell you what you can do with AI now if you know the subject matter and you know the domain that you're talking about and you have a baseline in tech. It puts you way ahead of the pack, because before, if you were just a developer, you didn't have all of the business knowledge. And so you would be waiting on that and just sit and type something that they said. But you can see this here. It's actually building out the whole thing based on what I'm telling it to do. And so the more I know about the thing that I'm building, but then the more I understand what the tech is doing, I don't have to be a total expert, but I need to know a little bit. And that's what we do in Minecraft, is giving you this baseline of tech. You don't need to be a professional developer, but you just have to know kind of what it's doing, what some arrays are. And as you go through it, you'll start to learn. But you see this, it's actually, as we're speaking, building me an entire app, flashcard app, that's going to be able to take in Anki decks as well. And it's doing it all in real time. And you'll see, just as I'm speaking here, it's almost ready. And here is just a sample of what a flashcard might look like. So you've got this there that says ถูกแผงเลย and then bang. It's even animated and it shows the data that we had. Hide answer, show answer. Hide answer, show answer. This is insane. A couple of years ago, I couldn't imagine being able to do this. And now the bar has been lowered to the point that anybody can actually do it. When I say anybody, you've got to be willing to learn a little bit of tech. You don't need to know a lot of tech. As you can see, I just put the prompts in there, but you've got to kind of know what it's doing. And then as you do it, you're going to learn actually more about the tech, because you realize the more you know, the more you can do. So in 2025, what would I do to learn Thai if I were doing it from scratch? Well, of course, first of all, I'd get a copy of Cracking Thai Fundamentals. But on top of that, I'd be learning the writing system. So the consonants, the vowels, the tone system, how it all interplays with each other. But then I would be getting a baseline of tech and learning about AI, all the different things that can be done with AI. I haven't even talked about agents yet, but RAG applications, using stuff like this. This site that I used, by the way, to do this is done by Vercel. So that's V0. Just type in v0.dev and you'll get that. And you can start putting in for free. You don't even have to pay to get to this baseline. And the amazing thing is, once you build this stuff, you can just click deploy up here and it will even deploy it as a website that you can go in and use. So the biggest difference in 2025 is, I think things have shifted from using these mind-numbing apps that just do these activities to gamify and get points, teaching you language that isn't really used. And especially for Thai, you look at these things and they're giving you these crappy sentences that aren't customized to you. Now, using AI, you can actually use these tools and the tools that I built to extract real language that's customized to you, to your existence, to your family, to your workplace. And you can work with it to teach you, and even have it work with your actual teachers, with your family, your friends, your mentors, to get you to the level in Thai that you need to be. So if you don't have a copy of Cracking Thai Fundamentals, baseline, get a copy. And if you come to J Academy, I've got all of the online resources there. But come to crackinglanguage.com and I have all of these resources for you totally free, which will complement anything that you learn in the future, whether you've got a teacher or you're learning from books or you're learning from wherever. These tools will put your language on steroids. These are the tools that I would use. And that's why I built them. I built what I would want to use. And then learn AI more than just typing prompts into ChatGPT. Learn really the extent of what it can do and push it to those new levels to teach you. And in order to make sure that it all sticks, build an environment of people and things around you that are going to ensure that you learn. That's again why we have Minecraft. So come in and join Minecraft and you will have that. Jump in on the Discord server and we're all there to help you. And then finally, just don't give up. If you find yourself plateauing, find something that's going to inspire you to go and move forward. Jump into groups, go out and meet people, or heck, even start using these tools to start building your own tools. I'm finding when I'm building, it's like constant dopamine hits that are not only getting me excited about building, but actually learning, thinking, oh, I get that now. And the AI working with me, working with the tech, is actually helping me learn. And then I go out into the field and start using what I've been learning back here. So how's that? A little different to what you expected? Come in and say hi and join in the discussion on Discord. I'm Stuart J. Raj. I'll see you on the other side.